Here's some things that my soon-to-be ex-husband used to do that I didn't realize wasn't normal until after I left. When the Wi-Fi guy came to install our internet, he made me FaceTime him the entire time because he said that I might try and sleep with him.
Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And in this video, we're going to be talking to you about gaslighting seemed normal. Okay, so gaslighting can be pretty serious, and if you're dealing with a partner that is gaslighting, it can really affect your mental health in a lot of different ways.
Gaslighting in itself is meant to make you feel like you're going crazy.
Yep. And if you grew up in a home where you had maybe a parent that had mental health issues or a personality disorder, that might seem normal to you. And so when you grow up in that kind of environment, you kind of can lose yourself, and you can kind of lose connection from what you know to be real, because people can kind of convince you that what you said or did or heard was incorrect.
Right? And if you don't have a good sense of self, if you struggle with your self-confidence, self-esteem, and if you're prone to people-pleasing, you might be more vulnerable to people who will gaslight you, who will make you question your reality. And there are some people out there that are so charming, that are so clever, that they would make anybody question their reality.
Yep.
Right? So
Now, in my opinion, the closer you get to having personality disorders, like, you know, someone that might be like a dismissive avoidant, they're going to be a lot more likely to gaslight you. That's been my experience. But I don't know if you have a different take on that.
Well, you see, people who really struggle with being able to have reasonable conversations, right? It becomes very black and white. This happened, this didn't happen, trying to distort reality to get you to see it in a particular way for their benefit,
Yep.
right? With gaslighting, there's always this manipulative edge to it.
So we got a video today that is going to be, someone is sharing gaslighting that they experienced from their husband. So listen and see if you can relate to any of this.
Here's some things that my soon-to-be ex-husband used to do that I didn't realize wasn't normal until after I left. When the Wi-Fi guy came to install our internet, he made me FaceTime him the entire time because he said that I might try and sleep with him. And then he still accused me of sleeping with him, saying that I could have slept with him before I called him or after I hung up the phone. Didn't tell me happy birthday until right before I fell asleep on my birthday, 2 months after we got married. Gaslit and manipulated me into not having a job and said, I just want you to be a stay-at-home wife. And then when money problems would come up or any kind of issue with me would come up, he would complain about how I didn't have a job and how I'm just mooching off of him. Only came home and ate dinner with me maybe twice a week because he was at his parents' or his brother's house. He did not get me a Christmas present, but instead he gave me his debit card and said, don't know what you want, you got $50, go get yourself something nice. Something nice.
Okay, first of all, these are pretty brutal so far. The birthday, he didn't want to wish her happy birthday till right before she went to bed. 2 months after they were married.
Yeah.
$50 for Christmas. I mean, don't know what you... That's so cruel.
It's just not, thoughtful. And there's this... It seems like it's difficult for him to really show up for her in the way that she needs, in the way that anybody would need in a relationship.
Yeah, this is abusive.
Complained and told me that I was folding his clothes wrong when he never ever did laundry, washed clothes, nothing. He told me over a year after we'd been married and I was pregnant that he wanted multiple wives, and then he was upset that I was upset about it. Got pissed when my parents bought us groceries one time. Told me that he didn't believe that our son was his son, and when I said get a paternity test, he said, I don't even want to because it could be so close to my brother's DNA that you probably slept with that it would just say that it was mine and I would still never know.
There are a lot of accusations happening here, and it sounds like her soon-to-be ex-husband is living in his own world, living in his own reality, and making up these stories about her. She had mentioned the gaslighting with him wanting her not to work. I wonder exactly how that gaslighting came in. If he was saying, you know, oh, we're fine, we don't need you to work, or how that became a reality distortion, but it sounded like he was trying to keep her down this entire
sure.
relationship.
I think he just wanted her to not have money so she couldn't leave him.
And that could be financial abuse.
Yeah. This is abusive. This is horrible what he's done to her. Just makes me sick, honestly. To have somebody to do this to somebody you supposedly love. I mean, this is how you would treat your worst enemy, not the person you're supposed to love and care about. I think there's a little bit more.
When the electricity went out on 2 of our rooms, including a bathroom, and our wash machine was broken, and I tried to get him to fix it for about 9 months, he told me that I should have been more grateful and that it was a test to me because people back in the olden days didn't have that kind of stuff, so I should have just been grateful that I had it in the first place, even if it was broken. Okay, that's all for now. Bye!
This is pretty rough.
Yeah, it sounded like there was no room for her emotions here, and it sounded like he really twisted a lot of situations.
I am so glad that she has the courage to share that, because so many people would go through that experience and just be so traumatized they wouldn't be able to share that and have the courage to share that with the world. I mean, that's a lot. And that's maybe embarrassing that she's embarrassed for choosing somebody like that, or that she wound up with somebody like that and then has kids with that person. But I think it's incredibly brave that she shared that with us.
Yeah. There was a lot going on there, and I'm glad that she is standing up for herself. She's able to see these things, and I could see where, you know, throughout the things that she had said, he's really making her question why the emotions that are coming up for her are coming up, you know. And if you're a partner with somebody, it doesn't really matter what emotions are coming up or why. It's just your partner is feeling a type of way, and it's important for you to tend to those emotions and to those needs if you care about that person. You know, you can see here that there is a series of events where he is showing her repeatedly, your emotions aren't important to me, how you feel doesn't matter to me, your safety doesn't matter to me. And so that creates a very unstable relationship.
Yeah. I am so glad that she's getting out of that situation. And for all of you that are struggling with a relationship like this, please find help. Whatever help you can find, friends and family, a therapist, a hotline, whatever you need to, because this is abusive. This is toxic. And he's only going to get worse and find more and more ways to control her. And that may lead to violence if it hasn't already.
Right. And in these types of situations, it's common for somebody to isolate their partner so that they don't get other voices saying, wait a minute, he told you that? Wait, there's something a little bit off about that. Or maybe you should question that or challenge that. Right. So I could see if it was just her and him and no other outside influence, how slowly she could get manipulated into believing his reality. Maybe I did sleep with the maintenance guy or whatever. Maybe I did sleep with this person's family member. You know, it sounded like he's constructing his own world, and it's hard to not get sucked into that when that's your partner and you're devoting so much time to them and you're making decisions together and you're living together.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that she's been able to, you know, see things from a different perspective and have a bit of reality from her friends and the people around her, it sounds like.
Yeah. Please, if you find yourself in a situation like this, do whatever you can to make sure you're safe. And, you know, if whatever you have to do to make sure that you're safe is very important. Your physical safety is critical. We don't want to see anybody getting hurt. And look for whatever resources may be in your area. But this is very sad and scary to see. And I think this happens a lot more than people realize. All right. Hopefully this one's been helpful to you. Of course, if you want to get our help personally, you could do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Zoom calls. Coach Victoria is also available for Zoom calls.
I'm here whenever you'd like to chat.
Just click on her name on the top of the website to schedule with her. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And we will talk with you soon.